Okay, I am going to make this video about something other than the last few weeks that what I've gone through the last few weeks since I found out that I've got lymphoma. And I was going to make some videos getting up to date on what's been happening in my life since then, but I made the first one, but this is not going to be the second one. I'm going to make that later, kind of catching up on I'm going to make it later on catching up to date, getting up to date on what's been going on in my life and stuff. But anyway, I want to talk about something different other than that. I want to talk about, you can see VCSU Vikings. Actually, the manager at the VCSU bookstore donated, gave me, a friend of mine, this cap, and a ball cap that says VCSU alumni on it. And he gave it to me because he said that I was a super fan of VCSU, and that means a lot to me because somebody willing to give something like this in a ball cap to me because of the person I am means a lot. And it says a lot about me as a person and what other people think of me. And my time and the people at VCSU are near and dear to my heart, and they've always been near and dear to my heart. And the times that the good and the bad times I had at VCSU mean a lot to me. And so it means a lot that Todd would do that. Means a lot that he would think so highly of me that he would give it to a friend of mine, Jody Ingolstad, that to give it to me on, because of what they think of me as a person. The time I spent at VCSU was very near and dear to my heart. The times, I went, the times I went to, every time wasn't the greatest time at VCSU. I went through some rough times too. Things weren't exactly easy. But yet I persevered. No matter how hard they got, I just kept going. I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to quit. I was going to keep going. Even if I had to take one class at a time, I was going to keep going. So anyway, I love the people at ECSU. They're awesome. The students, the former students, alumni, faculty, staff, everybody. Everybody at PCSU is just awesome. You know. So I'm proud. I'm proud to wear this, you know. You know, it has two purposes. One, it advertises for the university I'm proud to be. I'm proud to be an alumni of PCSU. And another thing it does, it covers up my bald head too. You know, yeah. And why do I have a bald head? Because I went through chemo, and so anyway, I wasn't losing any of my hair. You know, the 4 times I had chemo, I wasn't losing any of my hair at all. I was, you know, then all of a sudden, you know, all of a sudden I started losing my hair, and actually when I put my jacket up, you know, actually when I'd wear with the hood up, I would lose some hair, and it got to be more and more and more, and eventually I was just like, okay, I'm eventually going to lose all my hair. And so anyway, oh man. So anyway, eventually got to the point where I had to face facts. I was going to lose all my hair. And so I just had, I had a nursing assistant, you know, shave it all off. You know, she had, I was on the 3rd floor, and I just said, I'm going to take the plunge, and I told her to shave it all off, and she did. And so I do not have, I've almost got no hair up here at all. Let's see. I'm not too keen on that idea, but I look totally different. I'm used to having hair, and I'm sorry, but I'm not used to not having any hair, so that's why I've got the bald cap. That's why I've got the stocking cap on, so I can, you know, because I'm not used to it. It's like, oh, there we go. Anyway, oh, there it was. So anyway, I'm not used to not having any hair, or very little hair. I mean, I had that when I was in boot camp. They shaved it all off, but you know, it soon grew back, and everybody else you were around was bald too, so you didn't think anything of it. But anyways, so anyway, that's kind of why I'm not used to it. I've only been bald once. Well, right after I was born, I was probably bald, but I don't remember that. You know, when I was right after I was born, I don't remember that. But then when I was after I joined the Navy, I was bald then too, but so was everybody else. But you were thinking about something other than being bald as well too. So, but anyway, getting back to VCSU, I've always been proud. I've always been proud to be a Viking. I've always been proud to have, I will always be proud to have graduated from Valley City State University. I will never not be proud of that, that I stuck through it, that I didn't give up, that I did everything I could to, worked as hard as I could to be able to graduate, and I did. That's something I'll always be proud of. My advice to people who are going through rough times is never give up. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. And that was actually a speech given by Sir Winston Churchill in the 1950s in a college in Missouri. He said, never, ever, ever, ever give up. That was Winston Churchill's entire speech at graduation, at the graduation at a college in Missouri. And so anyway, that is my advice to anybody going through adversity right now, right today or at any time in their life. Never give up. Never surrender. Put your faith and trust in God to see you through it. To see you through the adversity you are going through. Keep having so many messages pop up that I don't want to see, that I could care less about, but they pop up on my screen anyway. They're more a pain in the butt than anything. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to talk about some other things. Some other times I've gone through a lot of adversity. And go to the time before I went to college, before I went to any college. And I will talk about the time I was in high school. And so anyway, for a lot of people, high school is awesome. It was a time of their life, the best time of their life. However, that was not my situation. It was not the time of my life. It was not the best time of my life. It was, in fact, the opposite. In fact, it was just the opposite. My time in high school, my time in high school was as opposite of a great time as you can get. The people who were responsible for that, I think most of them probably know who they are. But anyway, anyway, I don't want the people who are responsible to beat themselves up anymore over it. Even if they didn't, I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to feel bad about what they did in high school. I think everybody did stupid things in high school. They probably did, as well as I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things without thinking about it, and just did it. Just didn't think about it. Didn't think about what would happen. I just did it. And so there's quite a few things that I did that were pretty stupid. And if I had to do it all over again, there's no way I'd do that again, do those things again. I think some people I hurt, some things I did that were mean. So if you were one of the people who did mean things to me, you need to forgive yourself too for that. There's some people I need to ask for forgiveness because I did things to them that were pretty bad too. And I'm sorry for them too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did those things. But there's one thing I believe. I believe that God allows us to go through certain adversity to build, on the next adversity we go through in life. The next situation in which we go through life that is not exactly the best or the greatest. Okay. And so, anyway, but anyway, I believe that God allowed me to go through a lot of adversity in high school so that I would be ready for the adversity, for the rough times I would go through when I was in the Navy. When I would have a lot of, when I would have some peer pressure to do what a lot of guys in the Navy were doing at the time. And that is going out and drinking and getting a girl for the night or doing a lot of other crazy things that guys in the Navy do a lot of times. And so anyway, I had a complete and total immunity to that. I never gave in to peer pressure to go out drinking with the guys and to do a lot of crazy things that guys in the Navy tend to do, are known for doing. And so anyway, that never happened to me. I was never, I never gave in to that, and you know, to be honest, most of the time, guys in the Navy pretty much live and let live. You know, hey, come on, let's go drinking, and let's go do this, that, and the other thing. You know, they pretty much. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna make another part 2 of this video. So sometime. So see you later. Bye.